أعوذ بالله من الشيطان
السلام
الرجيم
عليكم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Inshallah, I hope everyone is well. And can everyone hear me clearly as well?
Yes. Walaikum
Yes.
assalam.
Yeah. Walaikum assalam. We can hear you.
Right, okay. Now, apologies for last week. My Wi-Fi wasn't great last week, so I was having problems because I had a lesson before your class and the Wi-Fi wasn't great, so that's the reason why I had to cancel it. Now, today's it's going to be a long one. I'm going to probably do hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 minutes, depending upon how awake all the students are. Now, we did last lesson. What did we do? We did the verbs, yes, the pronouns, yes. And we did the 14 pronouns. So can I request Sister Azmina to come on the mic and go through them? The ones which are huwa, the first one. So these are the detached one, pronouns, separate ones. Dhamirun munfasil. Munfasil is the same fasal which is used in our kalima. Aliyun waliyul wa khalifatuhu wa khalifatu bila fasal. Fasal, which means separate. There's no gap. Bila means without. Fasal, gap. So when we say dhamirun munfasilun, means pronouns which are separate, which come individually by themselves. So there are 14 for the past tense. So Bismillah, can you read them?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Huwa, he, huma, they both male. Hum, hum, they all male. He, she, huma, they both male, female, sorry. Hunna, they all female. Huma, they both female. Hunna, they all female. Anta, you male. Antuma, you both male. Antum, you all male. Anti, you female. Antuma, you both female. Antunna, Antunna, you all female. Ana, I, nahnu, we.
Okay.
Who, his.
That's fine. Perfect. Now I'm going to test you. How do you say I in Arabic? How do you say I in Arabic?
Ana.
How do you say we in Arabic?
Nahnu.
How do you say he in Arabic? How do you say he?
Huwa.
How do you say she in Arabic?
He.
How do you say
Here.
correct. How do you say you, one boy in Arabic? You, one masculine.
You, one boy, and Anta.
You, one female. How do you say that?
Auntie.
How do you say you, all boys? Plural.
You all boys. You say home.
You all. You.
Sorry. You Antuma.
Antuma is you too.
Okay.
Antum.
Sorry. Antum, you
Okay.
all male.
Correct. And you all females?
Antuma.
You all, more than two, plural. You all females.
Is
I got my hand on there as well.
Antuna, sorry,
Right.
Antuna.
Okay, that's really good, mashallah. Thank you for that. Next person I'm going to ask to,
Thank you.
the mic will be Sister Abida. You've been waiting for these classes for a while, and they have come at a time which suits you now. If you're on the mic. Abida, are you there? Or are you still driving back home? Okay. Okay, then I'll ask Sister Rakshanda. Can you come on the mic, please?
Yes, okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Huwa, he, huma, they both male. Hum, they all male. Here, she, huma, they both female. Hunna, they all female. Anta, you male. Antuma, you both male. Antum, you all male. Anti, you female. Antuma, you both female. Antunna, you all female. Ana, I, and nahnu, we.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, these are the ones which are the detached ones. And now the next ones, which were, so you need to remember there's a difference between the detached ones and the attached ones. So, huwa, huma, hum, they remain the same. Ha, huma, hum, hunna remain the same. It's from you. Anta is when you're talking to, like, anti alimatun. Anti zakiyatun, or you are intelligent. So when you address someone, you say you, anti. You don't say ka alimatun, you say anti. These ones here, which is the second column, huwa huma hum, ha huma hunna, ka kuma kum, ki kuma kunna, ya ana. These are the ones which attach to a noun. They join with a noun, like the word kitab. So you say kitabuhu, his book, kitabuhuma, there are two individuals' books. So I'm going to ask, who am I going to ask? I'm going to ask Maryam. Sister Maryam, can you come on the mic?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, bismillah.
Okay. Kitabuhu, his book.
Excellent.
Kitabuhuma, they are two person.
Yep.
Kitabuhum, their book. Kitabuhuma, her book. Kitabuhuma, their two person book. Kitabuhunna, their book. Kitabuka, your book, male. Kitabukuma, your two person book. Kitabukum, your book. Kitabuka, your book, female. Kitabukuma, your two person book. Kitabukunna, your book for female. Kitabi, my book. Kitabunna, our book.
Excellent. Excellent. Right. Now the next person is Sister Shahida.
Yes, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Right. I'm going to give you a different word. The word in kitabuhu, meaning his book. Can you change that? Do qalamuhu, his pen.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qalamuhu, qalamuhuma,
Right.
qalamuhum,
Right.
their book. For now, female. Qalamuha, qalamuhuma, for two. Qalamuhunna, for plural.
Right.
Okay, now for the male, qalamuka, qalamukuma, qalamukum,
Right.
for plural.
Mhm.
For female, qalamuki,
Right.
qalamukuma, qalamukunna,
Excellent.
for plural. And then qalami and qalamuna.
Excellent. How do you say? Okay, that's good. That's really good. How do you do the detached pronouns? Huwa, huma, hum. Can you do them as well?
Just okay. Huwa, huma, hum.
Mhm.
Hiya, huma, hunna.
Right.
Antuma, antum. Anti, antuma, antunna. Ana, nahnu.
Excellent. And brilliant. Thank you for that. Any questions from anyone? No? Okay, that's fine. Right. Now I want to move on and start the verbs.
I have one question.
I cannot hear you at all, Azmina. You sound like a. I cannot.
Alana, I have. Can you hear me?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me Azmina, I cannot hear her at all. She was like a robot, unfortunately. Your reception wasn't clear, so I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. You come back on the mic. Go ahead, Shahida. What's your question?
Okay. I was having trouble, like if the word is something that does not join. I forget the example, but how do you do it? And if you can't, like they can join in the who, so it is kitabuhu or kitabuhuma. But if the word that does not join, how do you attach the pronoun?
So what happens if it's like a ra, if the last letter was like a ra? So,
Yes.
so for example, the ra will be wrote with the previous noun, and the who will be a circle and a dhamma on top. Like, let me show you if I can see. Let me see if let me show you. So you will just write who by itself. Let me show you, like this here. This who, you just write that by itself, and that will be sufficient.
Okay, I see.
What are you doing?
So all of these, like who, huma, you just write separate?
No. Huwa, huma. So are you talking about if they're attached to a noun? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they're attached to a noun, they will be. You will write them separately if they are the letters which do not join. Yes, that is correct.
So they'll just be like hua, huma, hum, ha, huma, like this at the end. Okay.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. Sister Azmina, you had unmute yourself. You wanted to say something, and I couldn't hear you. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it was everything quite clear. So I did understand the lesson. So thank you for asking.
Right. Okay. Next person, Abida. I think you're able to unmute yourself now. Abida. I can't hear you yet. Try again. Okay. Let me know when. Yeah. I can't hear you. You're still having problems. Okay. Right. Now, the next thing I need to do is that I need to teach you the verbs in the Arabic language. Now, in the Arabic language, like I've mentioned, that there are 14 forms. So you'll see this here now. Huwa, who I'm going to ask. Tasina Shah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, Shaykh. Sorry, I was having problems joining.
Okay, that's no fun. And how are the kids?
Alhamdulillah. They're up. It's Friday night, so they're still up.
Okay, now these pronouns, as you know, can you just go through these pronouns? Huwa, huma, hum,
Yeah.
hiya, huma, hunna. Go through them.
Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu.
How do you say we in Arabic?
How do you say who? Sorry? We is nahnu.
How do you say she in Arabic?
Hiya.
How do you say he in Arabic?
Huwa. Huwa? Yeah, but it's huwa, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. How do you say you in Arabic for one masculine?
Anta.
How do you say you for one female in Arabic?
Anti.
You. How do you say you for all females in Arabic?
Antunna.
All boys in Arabic.
All boys in all boys.
Yep.
All boys in Arabic. Is that antuma or is that
Antum.
antum? Sorry,
How do you say they all females in Arabic?
that is hunna.
Excellent. They all boys in Arabic.
That's gonna be they all is gonna be hum.
Do you remember, Tasina, when I first taught you in the Hausa in London?
Yeah. That was very bad. I still am very bad.
No. Alhamdulillah, your mindset's changed. I see that.
I suppose it has. It just takes a bit of time, I think, just clicking you.
Exactly. Yeah, alhamdulillah, that's good news. Now, inshallah, I'm going to go through them, and I'm going to do it quite a bit with yourselves today. Now, every verb in the Arabic language, it requires a doer. So if you do a action, a verb is a word which indicates upon an action in the past tense, present tense, or future tense. And it requires a person who is a fa'il. Fa'il is a person who does an action, doer. Okay, and the doer of the verb will be attached to it. So there, what happens? You have the word, like for example, I'll give you an example. Qatal, zarbat. Qatal, zarbat. What does that mean? I'll give you an easy example. When you say qatal, what does it mean?
To kill.
Exactly, to kill. And if you say zarbat,
Zarbat is to slaughter.
Hitting.
Hitting. Hitting.
exactly. So these words, or for example, sharbat. Sharbat, what does sharbat mean? Sharbat in Urdu means drinking. In Urdu, sharbat means drinking. Drink. In Arabic, sharbat means drinking. So sharbat in Urdu means a drink, a soft drink, but in Arabic, sharbat means drinking. So when you say drinking or hitting or laughing, these are words which indicate upon a continuous action. When you say hitting, smiling, laughing, joking, when is the action being done? Is it present tense, past tense, future tense? There's no indication. Whenever you have a noun, it has ing. You cannot specify when the action has happened. Okay. Now, when you these words: hitting, kill, hitting, wiping, running. These are just nouns. So when you change the nouns into verbs, you need to have pronouns attached to it to change it to who is performing the action in the past tense. So dhahab, dhahaba in Arabic is a 3-letter verb, which means huwa dhahaba, who hit, he hit. Oh, sorry, huwa dhahaba, he went. Dhahaba, huwa dhahaba, he went. And then what happens then next? So these are suffix. So suffix are letters of the Arabic alphabet which represent these pronouns. Huwa, huma, hum. So they are being represented with the actual verb who is performing the action. So huwa dhahaba, he went. Huma dhahaba. So huma now is being represented by the alif, which is attached to the ba. Dhahaba. They too went. Then we say hum dhahabu. So hum, the suffix alif and the waw is representing they all. It's called the waw al-jama'a. They more than 2 men went. And the previous letter before the waw always has a dhamma. Dhahabu. I'll make it slightly bigger. So dhahabu. And then hiya dhahabat. So this now ta with a sukoon. This represents she. Okay, this represents she. And then huma dhahabata. So what's happening next then? The ta is for the sign of female, because over here huma dhahaba, they both went. That's boys. Here dhahabat is the sign of female, and then the jewel will become huma dhahabata. So the alif is the sign of jewel, the ta is the sign of female. Hunna dhahabna. In this 6th form, so there's 5 on top, this is the 6th one. You add a noon with a fatha at the end, with a zabar at the end, and make the last letter of the 3-letter verb dhahaba, the last letter, with a sukoon. Hunna dhahabna. Sister Tassina, bismillah.
Huwa dhahaba, huma dhahaba. Shall I translate as well? Sorry.
Yeah.
So huwa dhahaba, he went. Huma dhahaba, the 2 men went. Hum dhahabu, they men went. Hiya dhahabat, she went. Huma dhahabta.
No,
Dhahabata, sorry. Dhahabata, they 2 women went. Hunna dhahabna, more than 2 women went. Anta, ذهبت.
Oh, let me just do the first 6 because majority of students are new to it. So I'm gonna take it in steps. I'll bring you back on there. But give me a
Okay.
couple minutes. Jazakallah for that. Any questions so far?
No,
Yeah, I have a question. Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Who is this?
Zahra,
Zahra. Where are you from, Zahra?
New York. I haven't been joining for a minute. I was there on the first week, but I've been trying to catch up like on my own time.
Yeah, I remember Zahra Jafri, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I remember.
So I wanted to ask, are you gonna say in your sentence, like if you want to say he went, would you say huwa dhahaba, or does dhahaba mean he went?
MashaAllah, very good question. So you can say huwa dhahaba, or if you said dhahaba by itself, it's sufficient because every verb, it has like a suffix or something which represents who is performing the action. So the reason why I've taught you in this manner is to make life easier for yourselves. I did the actual pronouns separately so that to get the mindset correct, so that everyone understands that in Arabic language you have individuals, and there are 14 individuals, and there are huwa, huma, hum. So when we do the verbs, it becomes easier to actually give a person. You can attach the verbs to an individual. Huwa dhahaba, huma dhahaba. It becomes easier for you. Good question you've asked.
With the suffix, basically, when we don't use the pronouns, with the suffix, that basically tells us who it is, isn't it?
Exactly. So that is absolutely right. So the both of you sisters have done a really good job for me. But you've asked this question: is that every verb? Now, this is something I didn't explain because I thought no one will ask me the question. But as you asked the question, I'll explain further now. Now, every verb will require, as I said, every verb requires a doer. Now, there are 2 types of doer of a verb. Either the pronoun will represent who is performing the action. For example, in English, you could say Imran went to the mosque. He went upstairs and he then sat on the prayer mat. He then opened his book and prepared for the Jummah khutbah. However, the mu'mineen, as usual, were very late. And he was looking at the watch. So you'll see that I'm not repeating Imran again, but you're using the pronoun to refer back to Imran itself. Do you understand? That is in English language, same in the Arabic language. So you normally use the pronouns instead of the name again and again. Is that clear, Zahra?
Yeah, it is.
Now, the other thing you need to remember, Zahra, is that every verb in the Arabic language, you can have either a proper noun. A proper noun is like a name of an individual. For example, Zahra, Zainab, Fatima. You can have them as the plural of the verbs. So, for example, if I said dhahabat, I will say dhahabat Zahra. Dhahabat Zahra. So, if there's a name of an individual who I want to demonstrate who has performed the action, we'll bring the doer of the verb after the noun. So all names of individuals who are performing the action, their names are always brought after the verb. Dhahabat Zahra. So if I said, if I'm going to say Zahra and Tahsina both went, I'll say Dhahabata Zahra wa Tahsina.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
So that is that. And I will not translate they both Zahra. I will not say Zahra, they both. How should I explain it?
Like Zahra, Zahabata, Tahsina.
No. I will not say Zahra and Tahsina. Say Zahra and Tahsina went. I'll say Zahra, Tahsina went. I will not say Zahra, Tahsina, they both went. There's no need to do that.
I see.
Because you've got the names of individual mentioned, there's no need to say Zahra, Tahsina, they both went. When the names of individual are mentioned, it's sufficient. You don't need to use the pronoun. So the pronouns which are attached to the verb, they become silent when the names of individuals are mentioned. You don't translate them because the names are sufficient to demonstrate who is performing the action, whether it's one person, 2 people, or 3 people.
I see.
Very good question you've asked, okay?
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
as you're on the mic, I want you to conjugate the first 6 now.
Okay. Um, so just read these out loud.
Read them out loud, and then I'll test you to get you back in with this.
Okay. So
So you can
dhahaba.
use the translation. Yep.
So dhahaba, he went. Dhahaba, no. Dhahaba, they 2 men went.
Correct.
Dhahabu, they 2 men went.
More than 2 men.
More
went.
than 2 men went. Dhahabat, she went.
Correct.
Dhahabata, the 2 women went.
Excellent.
Dhahabna,
Correct.
more than 2 women went.
Excellent. Now, as you was absolute last class. Now, the other thing you need to remember from the, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, these 6 are for the third person. The next 6 are for the second person. So these ones here, these pronouns which are at the end, at the beginning of the actual box, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. Now, these are the actual detached pronouns. They come individually without attached to a verb or a noun. Now, the suffixes which are attached to the verb, which represents who is performing the action, are these ones here. Ta, tuma, tum. Ti, tuma, tunna. So these ta, tuma, tum, ti, tuma, tunna, these are the actual doers of the suffixes, which represents who is performing the action. Is that clear, Zahra?
Yeah.
Go
So,
ahead now.
just to confirm something, the difference between last week's prefix and this suffix is now this is past tense.
Exactly. So what we did before, I just taught you pronouns. He went, so I taught he,
Yeah.
both, they, all. Now we have moved on to past tense verbs and explained that every verb has a doer. Now you've understood that the pronouns are huwa, huma, hum. Now I'm trying to illustrate and explain to everyone that what are the actual suffixes now attached to the verbs.
Okay.
The last lesson, what I did, I also explained there are 2 types of pronouns: detached and detached and attached. So the attached ones are these ones here: kitabuhu, kitabuhuma, kitabuhum, kitabuha, kitabuhuma, kitabuhunna, kitabuka, kitabukuma, kitabukum, kitabuki, kitabukuma, kitabukunna, kitabi, and kitabuna. These are the pronouns which attach to nouns. And today, what we're doing are the pronouns which attach to the
verbs.
Excellent. Is that clear now for you?
Yeah, it is.
Rest of the class, is that clear for you, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
So Zahra, go.
Yes.
Last time someone else joined with you as well, I can remember.
Say
Correct?
again?
Last lesson, I think someone else was with you as well?
No, I actually wasn't here last lesson.
Yes.
The first time, yeah, it was like the first session.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Anta, dhahabta. Start from there.
Okay, so, I just want to say this again, just for my own clarity. We're not saying this anta because that's already implied. And then this ta suffix is just to tell you that it's like you, man, went. The ta signifies that it was there was a man that went.
Exactly. But
Okay.
at the moment, I would like you to use anta, dhahabta, so it gives you a picture who is performing the action.
Or you, yeah. Because it's a guy, you. Okay.
Exactly.
So anta dhahabta, that means you, a man, went.
Correct.
Antuma dhahabtuma, that means you 2 men went.
Yep.
Antum dhahabtum, that means you more than 2 men went.
Right.
Anti dhahabti, you women, you 1 woman went.
Yep.
Antuma dhahabtuma, you 2 women went.
Right.
Antunna dhahabtunna, you more than 2 women went. Ana dhahabtu, I male
Yep.
or female, went.
Yep.
And nahnu dhahabna, we, male or female, went.
Excellent. Jazakallah. Is that clear for you now?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
That's, if you know Auntie Parveen Naqvi, yes? Sayyidah Auntie Parveen Naqvi, yes?
Yeah, she's sending the stuff in the chat.
Yes, so she is your auntie, and now if you
Auntie
need,
Parveen.
sorry?
Wait, say that again?
So Sayyidah Parveen Naqvi, if you need any help, and if you feel behind, just give her a call. She's around the corner from where you are. You know, she's in New York as well. She'll be more than happy to help you because she's on book 2, so she's joining in just to help and support any student who needs any help. So this goes to all students. So if any student needs any help, Sayyidah Parveen Naqvi, she's more than happy to help and support the students as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I just wanted to mention, like, since,
Inshallah.
you know, we're just chatting. So last week when I first learned this lesson and there's like hum and huma, I just like realized that was like in Hadith Qasa, like they say hum Fatima tu and stuff. So I went into like the transliteration, and like if you type in hum, you can like see where it comes up. And it just like, if you read the translation, it tells you like they all, or they both. And it just helps you like put it into like real translations. And it just, I mean, I definitely need to practice a lot. I'm just saying that kind of helped me like
Absolutely right. So the whole purpose, the way I'm teaching Arabic language, is to get to yourself at the level of understanding the Arabic text in the Quran. And when we recite du'as and majalis and masaib of the Ahlul Bayt al-Muslim, you will understand the Arabic text. Like, and you probably know Sister Munazadi. Munazadi, she's a teacher.
by face, I'm not sure.
Yeah, she's in the book 3. Now she was saying to me, now on Eid prayers, when she went to Eid prayers in New York, when Mullah was reciting, Allahumma hadha al-yawm ja'alta lil muslimina Eida. Ja'alta lil muslimina Eida. She said, I was able to understand what Mullah was reciting the first time when the dua was being recited. So everyone should get this ability to understand what they're reading in the Arabic text. And even Hadith Qasa, you will understand it. This is a verb, this is past tense, this is a pronoun, and this is the whole sentence construction itself. So we are still in the beginning stages, but inshallah you will start to pick up things, and your Arabic Quran reading will improve because you're knowing the Arabic language now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so inshallah, I want a promise from yourself that inshallah you will attend the classes at all costs, and if you need any help, by all means message me, because I want to have teachers around the globe to teach Arabic language amongst the community of the Ahlul Bayt al-Muslim, because I need teachers in all madrasas across the planet that they teach our children, because I want to start tafsir classes for kids, and I need teachers prepared for that by learning Arabic so that they can start tafsir for kids. Okay?
Yeah, inshallah.
Thank you for that. Right, so the next person I'm going to ask, it's going to be Sister Raksh, who has not had a chance. Sister Sina, can you do the all complete 14, please?
With the pronouns?
Yes.
Huwa dhahaba, he went. Huma dhahaba, they 2 men went. Hum dhahabu, they more than 2 men went. Hiya dhahabat, she went. Huma dhahabata, they 2 women went. Huma, where am I? Okay, hunna dhahabna, they more than 2 women went. Anta dhahabta, you 1 man went. Antuma dhahabtuma, you 2 men went. Antuma dhahabtum, you more than 2 men went. Anti dhahabti, you a female went. Antuma dhahabtuma, you 2 women went. Antuna dhahabtunna, you more than 2 women went. Ana dhahabtu, I male or female went. Nahnu dhahabna, we male or female went.
Excellent. Excellent. Now the next person I'm going to ask is going to be Ruqayya Abdi.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Bismillah. I want you to do now, I want you to do a different verb. Is that okay?
Okay.
I want you to do the verb kataba. Kataba means
Okay.
wrote. Kataba. Try to do it. Bismillah.
Okay. Huwa kataba.
Correct.
He wrote.
Mhm.
He wrote. Huma kataba. They wrote. 2 men.
Excellent.
Hum katabu.
Correct.
They all wrote.
Correct.
Hiya katabat. She wrote.
Correct.
Huma katabta. They wrote. Two female.
Huma katabata.
Huma katabata. Okay.
Correct.
Hunna katabna.
Excellent.
They wrote all female.
Correct.
Anta katabta. You wrote. Antuma for male.
Yep.
Antuma katabtuma. You male or female wrote.
Correct.
Antum katabtum. You all men wrote.
Mhm.
Anti katabti. You wrote. She for feminine.
Yep.
Antuma katabtuma. You two female or male wrote. Antunna katabtunna. You all female wrote. Ana katabtu. I wrote.
Yep.
Nahnu katabna. We wrote.
How do you find that?
I was looking at the.
Have not done this with the Najaf, the Najaf Institute.
Pardon? Yeah,
The Najaf course which you're doing. Did you not do this with them?
yeah, I am doing. How do you know that?
Because you told me.
Oh, really? Yeah, I just took admission in that, and I am trying to learn, but they are really fast.
Okay, so do this as much as you can. I want you to practice this as much as you can. Okay, so that will help you. Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask Azmina, Sister Azmina, to come on the mic, please.
Yes.
Bismillah. I want you to do the 14.
Okay.
Dhahaba, translate as well.
Okay. Wa zahaba. He went.
Excellent.
Huma zahaba. They two men went.
Yep.
Huma zahabu.
Hum dhahabu.
Hum zahabu. They more than two men went.
Excellent.
Hiya zahabatu.
Hiya dhahaba.
Hiya zahabat. She went.
Excellent.
Huma zahabata. They two women went.
Mhm.
Hunna zahaba.
Hunna.
Zahaba.
Na.
Hunna zahabana.
No. The ba has a sukoon. Dhahabna.
Okay. Hunna zahaba. Zahabana.
No. Dhahabna. This is jazam. It's a jazam on there. Hunna dhahabna.
Hunna zahabna.
Excellent. Hunna
They
dhahabna.
more than two women went. Anta zahabat.
So remember, from the sixth form after hunna, all of the bars in the remaining 8 remains with a sukoon, jazm. Anta dhahabta.
Anta zahabata.
No. Anta.
Anta
Dhahab.
and zahab
Ta.
ta.
Yeah, so dhahab ta. Dhahab tuma. Dhahab tum. That's the way it's done. Continue.
Anta zahabata. You man went. Antuma zahabatuma.
Dhahabtuma. Dhahab.
Zahabtuma.
Correct.
You
Antum.
two men went.
Antum.
Antum zahabtum.
Correct.
You more than two men went.
Correct.
Anti zahabti.
Excellent.
You woman went.
Yep. Antuma. Dhahab.
Antuma zahabtuma.
You got it now.
Yeah. You two women went.
Antunna.
Antunna zahabtunna.
Excellent.
You more than two women went.
I went. How do you say that?
أنا ذهبت.
We went.
نحن ذهبنا.
Excellent. You got it now. How do you say he went now? I'm going to test you now straight away. He went.
Sorry.
I'm going to test you. He went.
He went. هو ذهب.
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 He went. How do you say she went?
هي.
Yep.
هي ذهبت.
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 هي ذهبت. How do you say?
ذهبت.
How do you say you? One boy went. One boy.
أنت ذهبت.
Excellent. You, one female, went.
You one female is.
You, one female, this one here.
Okay. Is أنت ذهبت.
Excellent. You all females went.
You all أنتن ذهبتن.
Excellent. Confidence. Come on. Antunna dhahab.
Yeah. أنتن ذهبتن.
Excellent. I went.
أنا ذهبت.
We went.
نحن ذهبنا.
They all females went.
هي ذهبت.
Hiya dhahabat. What does that mean? She went.
She went. Yeah.
All females went. They. More than two. Hunna.
More than. Yeah. هن. أنا.
Hunna dhahab.
هن ذهب. I can't even see it.
It's right here. I've highlighted it.
Okay. هن ذهبنا.
Excellent. Hunna dhahabna. And finally, they all boys went. They.
All. Okay. They. Thank you.
What's the last one? They all boys went.
Went. Yeah. The all boy went.
How do you say that?
هن ذهبنا.
No, they boys, not girls.
Oh. They more than. Okay. Yeah. هما ذهبوا.
Zahabu. Yes. Zahabu.
Zahabu.
Excellent. It's first time round, so don't worry about that. Everyone's like that. So, you're lucky that I'm not a strict teacher, but the way we learned it with bamboo sticks. So you're lucky. Yeah, you got that teacher. So that's fine. Excellent. Now I'm going to ask Sister Maryam. Sister Maryam, assalamu alaikum. I want you to do the 14 forms. The Haban order, and I'll bring next after you, Sister Shaida. Bismillah.
Huwa Zahaba.
Yep.
He went. Huma Zahaba. They two men went. Hum Zahabu. They more than two men went. Here Zahabat. He went. Huma Zahabata. They two women went. Hunna Zahabna. They more than two women went. Anta Zahabta. You men went. Antuma Zahabata. Antuma Zahabtuma. You two men went. Antum Zahabtum. You more than two men went. Ante Zahabti. You woman went. Antuma Zahabtuma. You two women went. Antunna Zahabtunna. You more than two women went. Ana Zahabtu. I went. Nahanu Zahabna. We went.
Excellent. Excellent. Sister Shahida, can you come next on the mic, please?
Yes. Same.
Yes.
Same.
Don't worry. I'm giving you the same, making it easy for you. I'm thinking make it easy. And I'm going to make it difficult. Once you've done it, I'm going to change the slide. Bismillah.
Last time you gave me a different one. That's why I was asking.
I'll give you one in a minute. Not yet. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll change it. Bismillah.
Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Huwa Zahaba. He went. Huma Zahaba. Two men went. Hum Zahabu. more than two men went. Here, zahabat, she
Zah-
went. Huma zahabata, two women went. Hunna zahabna, more than two women went. Anta zahabta, you men went. Antuma zahabtuma, two men went. Antum zahabtum, more than two men went. Anti zahabti, you women went. Antuma zahabtuma, two women went. Antunna zahabtunna, more than two women went. Ana zahabtu, I went. Nahnu zahabna, we went.
Excellent. Nahnu dhahabna, we went. Excellent. Jazakallah for that. Right. Now, next person is going to be Sister Rakshanda.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. I just need to change the pattern now, because now you become familiar with it. Now I can change it now. I'll send this in the group as well. Sorry. Right, just give me 1 second. I'm just getting into the screen now. Right, so Rakshanda, Bismillah, come on, Mike. I'm going to give you the verb kataba. I've changed it, and everyone is going to do this as well now. The reason why, because I'll explain later. Bismillah. This is the one which many of you may be familiar. So Rakshanda, kataba, he wrote. Go ahead.
You mean I have to change kataba to katabahu? That's what you mean?
No. I want you to conjugate kataba. Read all the 14 forms. Kataba, kataba, katabu, katabat, katabata, katabna, katabta, katabtuma, katabtum, katabti, katabtuma, katabtunna, katabtu, and katabna. Bismillah. And translate them as well.
Bismillah Mahim kataba, he wrote. Kataba, kataba, they both wrote. Katabu, they all
Correct.
wrote. Kataba, katabat,
Katabu. They all boys wrote.
katabu, I mean, katabu, they all wrote. Katabat, she wrote. Katabna,
No,
they
katabata.
katabata.
Rakshanda, katabata, yes.
Yeah, katabata, they both female wrote. Katabna, they wrote. Katabta, you wrote. Katabtuma, you both wrote. Katabtum, they all wrote. Katabta, katabat, no, katabta, right? You
Yep.
female wrote. Katabti, sorry. Katabti, you female wrote. Katabtuma, you both wrote. Katabtunna, you all female wrote. Katabtu, I wrote. And katabna, we wrote.
Excellent, excellent. Jazakallah for that. Thank you. I'm going to move on now. Next one, I'm going to ask Sister Zahra.
Yes.
You ready for it?
I don't know, but let's see.
Go ahead. Bismillah. Daraba.
Stay positive.
Daraba is when to hit someone.
Okay.
Daraba, he hits.
Okay. So, huwa daraba, he hit. Huma daraba, they both hit.
Excellent.
Hum darabu, they all hit.
Correct.
Hiya darabat, she hit. Huma darabata, they both women hit.
Excellent.
Hunna darabna, they all women hit.
Excellent.
Anta, you male. Oh, anta zarabat.
Darab.
Zarabta. Anta zarabta, you male hit. Antuma zarabtuma, you both males hit. Antum zarabtum, you all males hit.
Mhm.
Anti zarabti, you female hit. Antuma zarabtuma, you both females hit. Antunna zarabtunna, you all females hit. Ana zarabtu, I hit. Nahnu zarabna, we hit.
Excellent. Can I test you now?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Bismillah. How do you say that we hit?
Nahnu zarabna.
How do you say she hit?
Hiya
Auntie
zarabat.
Hiya darabat. Excellent. How do you say you one boy hits?
You one boy anta zarabta.
You one female hits.
Anti zarabt. No.
Yeah.
Where's she?
Anti.
Anti zarabti.
Excellent. We hit.
Nahnu zarabna.
The all boys hit.
We all boy. They all or
You.
you all boys hit is antum zarabtum.
Antum darabtum. Excellent. Next one, you all females hit.
You all female. Antunna zarabtunna.
Antunna darabtunna. Excellent. They all boys hit.
They all boys hit. Hum zarabu.
Hum darabu. And finally, they all females hit.
Can you repeat that?
They all females hit.
They all females hit. Hunna zarabna.
Hunna darabna. Excellent. How do you find that?
Good. I think it really just takes a lot of practice, to be honest.
It is. So the best way is that if you know anyone to practice with, practice that, because if you have a partner
Yeah.
as a classmate to practice with, that really helps. So if you need someone, you can, I could get one of the students from the class today and pair up with you. If you want someone from America, by all means you can, but it's entirely your choice.
So
that-
we haven't done present tense yet, right?
No. So so here on this chart, the reason why I've shown you this chart is that these ones here, yadribu, yadribani, yadribuna, tadributa, these are the present tense. I'll teach you them later, not yet.
Yeah.
So then after that, so I'll teach you the present tense when I start book 2 and the imperatives in book 2 as well, how to make the imperatives. So inshallah, I'll do that later.
Okay.
Right, the next person I'm going to ask is going to be Tehsina Shah.
Okay, the same or Fataha? Open to open.
I want you to show your.
But I have no skills. I have no skills.
I want you to show your Krishna. Go ahead. I want you to show all the students so that they become familiar with what we're going to do. Is that I want you to conjugate for me. You know, in Salah we say Astaghfirullah Rabbi wa atubu alayh. This verb is istaghfara. So this is fatah. So you'll see the rest of the class. Now, fataha is a 3-letter verb. Then we will gradually learn how to conjugate verbs, say the 14 forms, because in Arabic language, the minimum letters for a verb is 3. And then we make bigger verbs, like istaghfara means he sought forgiveness in the past tense. Istaghfara. In namaz, we say when we sit down in prayer, we say astaghfirullah rabbi wa atubu alayh, which is a present tense. The past tense is istaghfara. Can you conjugate for me that, Tehsina?
You want me to conjugate? Sorry, I'm confused what you want me to do. You want me to conjugate the feather? Istaghfara. Okay, you're giving me another verb. So istaghfara. So what is the? I'm confused. So how do I do this one? Can you just start me off? So
what will happen is that you will need to add istaghfara, istaghfara, istaghfara.
all right. Istaghfara, istaghfara, istaghfaru, istaghfarat, istaghfarata, istaghfarna, istaghfarta, istaghfartuma, istaghfartum, istaghfarti, istaghfartuma, istaghfartunna. Am I going a bit fast or have I just jumped a few? I feel I've jumped a few. Okay, istaghfartu? Is it istaghfartu?
Nope.
I'm not. Istaghfarna.
Istaghfarna. Excellent. Mr. Parveen Naqvi, Jazakallah, that was really good. Mr. Parveen Naqvi, Bismillah.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम मौलाना
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I want you to do the verb.
Easy one.
No, not easy. You're. Which one shall I give you? Which one shall I give you? I'm going to give you the verb. Let's see if you could do this one. Let's do istaghfara with you as well, because I don't want to give you a difficult one. Istaghfara. Let's do istaghfara. Do that one.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Istaghfara, istaghfara, istaghfaru, istaghfarat, istaghfarata, istaghfarna, istaghfarta, istaghfartuma, istaghfartum, istaghfartum, istaghfarti, istaghfartuma, istaghfartunna, istaghfartu, istaghfarna.
Excellent. So everyone, the reason why I'm giving you is that I'm trying to give you some motivation that everyone can do this. So these students who are doing it now, of course, doing a few more lessons than yourself, but everyone will be able to develop their skills and to be able to. You just need to follow the pattern itself and conjugate them itself. So that's how we do it. Now, I'm going to ask. The next person is going to be Mr. Mariam. Can you come on the mic, please?
Yes.
Is Mariam, you're from, is it New Zealand or Melbourne? Where are you from? I forgot.
Melbourne, Australia.
You're from Melbourne, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning then?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. May Allah reward you for your effort. Bismillah, Fataha, he opened.
Okay. Fataha, translate also or only?
Translate as well.
Okay. Fataha, he opened. Fataha, two men open. Fatahu, they two men, they more than two men open.
Excellent.
Fatahat, she open. Fatahata, they two women open. Fatahna, sorry. Okay. Fatahna,
Right.
they more than two women open.
Yep.
Fatahta, you men open.
Yep.
Fatatuma, you two men open. Fatahtum, you more than two men open. Fatahte, you women open. Fatahtuma, you two women open. Fatatunna, you more than two women open. Fatahtu, I went. I open. Fatahana, we open.
Excellent. MashaAllah. Have you studied Arabic before?
No.
No.
Only Quran.
Only Quran. MashaAllah, you're doing well. You're doing very well. You're doing very well. MashaAllah, very good. Next person I'm going to ask is going to be. So now this is the reason why I'm sure I'll send this the sheet in the group. Now another thing I need to teach everyone is that kataba, all of these letters have a zabar. Kataba, okay, fatah. Daraba, all of them are fatah. Fataha, all of them have fatha. Now the next one now is alima. Alima is now a verb where the middle letter is changing to a what?
Zir.
Zir.
Kasra.
Yeah, kasra. Alima, okay? Now, alima, alima, alimu. Alimat, alimata, alimna. Alimta, alimtuma, alimtum. Alimti, alimtuma, alimtunna. Alimtu, alimna. Sister Azmina, come on the mic, please. Hi, phone, Azmina.
Hello.
Yes, come on the mic. Alima, he knew. Bismillah.
Alima. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alima, he knew. Alima, they.
Correct.
They know.
Mhm.
Alimu, they female. No, male.
Yep.
No. Alimat, she knew. She know. Alimata, they female know.
No is present tense. Two females knew.
Two female knew.
Yeah. Fine.
Alimna, they
They all females knew.
They all knew.
Yep.
Alimta.
I have smell.
Alimta. They.
You. Anta.
Anta. Okay. Alimta. You know.
Mhm. You knew.
You knew.
Yep.
Alimtuma. They all knew.
You two knew.
You
Anta.
two knew. Alimtum.
You all
They. You all knew.
Anti.
Alimti.
Excellent.
Alimti.
You one female knew.
You one female knew. Alimtuma.
You two females knew.
You two female knew. Alimtunna.
Excellent. You all.
They all knew.
You all.
Yeah, they all knew.
You all.
You all knew. Alimtu.
Ana.
And
That's-
I
Yep.
knew.
Nahno.
Nahnu alimna. We all knew.
Excellent. How you finding it now? Getting more comfortable?
Yeah, it's more comfortable. Yeah, I'm a bit understanding.
So what you need to repeat as much as you can.
Yeah, I need more practice because, like, it was no writing, no translate. So I did try my best to do it.
The thing is, that's what I'm doing. The reason why there's no translation here, now I'm trying to make you concentrate.
Yeah,
so you pull it back yourself, that huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, huma, use them as a means to translate and know the correct translation for these verbs.
Yeah, that's the trick. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next person I'm going to ask to come on the mic is now going to be Ruqayya. Sister Ruqayya Abdi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. I'm going to give you the verb. Okay, Hasiba is on there. Let's do Hasiba. Hasiba, he counted. Bismillah.
Hasiba, they two person counted.
Yep.
Hasibu, they all counted. Hasibat, she counted. Hasibana, Hasibata. They two feminine counted. Hasibna. They all feminine counted. Hasibat, you.
Hasibta.
Hasibta. You male counted, one person. Hasibtuma, you dual female male counted. Hasibtum, you all counted. Hasibti, she feminine, you counted.
Right.
Hasibtuma, you dual male female counted. Hasibtunna, you all counted female. Hasibtu, I counted. Hasibna, we counted. We all counted.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. Now, the next one I'm going to ask is going to be, after that, is going to be Sister Zahra.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a different verb now. The verb which I'm going to give you is not going to be on the screen, but you try to visualize it. It's going to be, I'm going to give you an easy one. You know the word, in Urdu is the word dakhil honak. Okay? Dakhil.
Like Baki?
Not baki, dakhil.
Bakhil.
Yeah, dakhil means entering, yeah?
Oh, dakhil.
Yeah, dakhil. So dal, kha, lam, dakhala, okay? Dakhala in Arabic means he entered.
So dakhila is the verb.
No, dakhala, dal, kha, la, dakhala. All of them have fatha. Dakhala.
All have zabar.
Yes, all have zabar.
Okay, so huwa dakhala is he entered.
Excellent.
Huma dakhala
Excellent.
is they both entered, males. Dakhalu,
Excellent.
they all guys entered.
Correct.
Dakhalat is she entered.
Excellent.
Dakhalata, both women entered.
Excellent.
Dakhalna,
Excellent.
dakhalna, all women entered.
Right.
Anta dakhalta is you male entered. dakhaltuma, you males both entered.
Mhm.
And dakhaltum is you all men entered. Dakhalti is you female entered. Dakhaltuma is you females both entered. Dakhaltunna is you all females entered. Dakhaltu is I entered. And dakhaltuna is we entered.
Dakhalna, we entered. Excellent. How are you finding it now? Getting comfortable now?
Yeah, definitely a little bit better.
So, okay. Okay.
So in addition to memorizing these prepositions hua, huma, hum, you would probably have to then memorize these suffixes, right? These are past tense suffixes, like for the ending of the verb.
Exactly. So these are crucial, and that's the crux for it. But knowing these, that's the reason why I was using the other sheet to explain, because once you know the actual pattern and the template, Arabic language is a very systematic language. Once you know the pattern, it becomes easier to be able to conjugate itself and know the different verbs, because there is some difficult ones, which I will do later. For example, I'll give you an example. The word, you know the word istikhara? Everyone does istikhara in this probably group.
Yeah.
Especially sisters, they love their istikharas. So istikhara, the verb istikhara, the past tense is istikhara yastakhiru istikharatan. So the past tense, I'll do this past tense of istikhara. The word istikhara, the root word, the original word of istikhara comes from the word khair. Khair, kha, ya, ra. Khair meaning goodness. And when the main istikhara means that you're seeking the good, seeking to find out the goodness in things itself. That's what istikhara is. So when the past tense of istikhara is istikhara, istikhara, istikharu, istikharat, istikharata, istakharna. So the alif drops completely.
So it's an irregular verb.
Exactly, irregular verb. Have you done Arabic before by any chance?
No, but I learned like a different language. So some of these, like the preposition, that's why I asked that question too, because they do the same thing.
Did you do French by any chance?
It was Spanish.
Spanish, yes. Spanish, French, yes. You will find that grammars, because normally what happens, students, when we were born as we were brought up in a Western society, we don't really know English grammar that well. But when we learn other languages, we tend to improve our English grammar because we have to learn it for that other language itself.
Definitely, that's so true.
So this is what happens with Arabic language. You will learn so many other terms that you've never thought about in English language. So that's right.
Yeah.
So when it becomes istakharta, istakhartuma, istakhartum, istakharti, istakhartuma, istakhartunna, istakhartu, istakharna. And there are even difficult ones in that as well. So for example, you know in Salah we say bihawlillahi wa aqumu means I am standing.
Oh, wow.
I am standing. So the past tense of aqumu is in iqamat we say qad qamat as-salat. Qad qamat as-salat. Okay, the word qamat. The word qamat means to establish or erect. Indeed, qad qamat as-salat means indeed prayers has been established. Okay. Now the past tense is qama. Qaf, alif, mim. Qama. The root word is qaf, waw, beam, and it changes to qama. Who wants to do this? Anyone? Who wants to dare to do qama? It seems easy, but it changes quite dramatically. Anyone? Testasina?
I don't know. Let me go. Kamu, is it?
Yep, that's correct. Qama, qamu, qamu.
Kamat, kamata.
Yep.
Is that kamata? Kamatna?
No. What happens?
No, I don't know then.
It becomes qumna. So what happens?
Okay.
Harakat change from the sixth one. It changed. Qum. The word qum. Qum.
Okay.
Qumna. Becomes qumna. Qumta. Qumta.
Kumta, kumti. Is it going to be kumtum? Kumtum. Kuntuma. Kuntuma. Kuntum. Kunti. Is that going to be kunti then?
Yeah, kum mean is in kum.
Kumti. Kumti. Kumtuma.
Yep.
Kumtunna.
Correct. Kumtu
Kumtum.
and kumna.
Kumna, kumtum and kumna.
Yeah, all of these irregular verbs, they come in,
Irregular.
and inshallah, we will do them at the right time. So at the moment, what I want everyone to do is this. The homework is this. I'll send this PDF, the other one out. I want kindly everyone to write, where's it gone? I want everyone to write at least 3 verbs down. I'll send this out. You can write these ones out. I want everyone to write kataba, kataba, katabu, and write the translation with it. He wrote, they both wrote, they all wrote. So at least minimum 2. Minimum 2. And kataba, and if you want to write dhahaba as well, you can write dhahaba. I'm happy with that. So I need 2, and I want everyone to send a recording of their voice so that I can listen to you, that you're reading them correctly as well. So dhahaba, dhahaba, dhahabu, dhahabat, dhahabata, dhahabna, dhahabta. If you do this table and write the suffixes down, that this is the suffixes, that will really help you. And write huwa, huma, hum. So if you can do that and send that across to me, that would be really appreciated. Is that okay with everyone? Yes?
Yes,
That's when you just 2 verbs?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 verbs is enough. 2 verbs and the actual voice recording as well, because that is the way your success is guaranteed in these classes, inshallah. Okay?
Inshallah.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil. Inshallah, I hope everyone enjoyed the class today and find it beneficial and are finding that they are learning as well. So inshallah, this homeworks, and then inshallah, next lesson I'll start lesson 4 of the book, and then inshallah we'll go back to the book and finish off the lesson, inshallah. Okay? Any questions from anyone?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, brother. Jazakallah.
So my aim is please follow the classes once a week. I'm not asking you 5 hours a week. I'm asking you 1 hour a week. It's a new 1 hour commitment. Ask yourselves how many hours do you spend in front of the TV?
I don't actually watch TV, but yeah, okay.
Oh, we spend time on the phone.
Yeah, I think that's what we do. I think that's the new TV.
Yeah, that's right. We do spend a lot of time on the phone.
So how long do you spend flickering the actual WhatsApp pages?
Yeah, that's right.
Snapchat, just 1 hour.
Yeah.
Only 1 hour a week will go a long way in life, especially with the Arabic language. So if you can do this, keep this commitment up, and inshallah, you will see the fruits of this, inshallah. Okay?
Inshallah.
The recordings, the actual PDFs as well, inshallah. Okay?